New faces, new places. That is the theme tonight for this edition of High School Girls Volleyball. The Irondale Knights switch conferences from the Northwest Suburban to the Suburban East and are getting a taste of what the Suburban East has to offer. Next up on their list, the defending Section 4-3A champion Stillwater area ponies. Irondale at 9-3, Stillwater at 5-7. Greetings, everyone. I'm Mike Peyton, all by myself, talking myself, but that's all right. I've got all of my television friends and Bonnie, who's running the camera behind me. You can't see her, but trust me, she's there. We'd like to thank all of you for tuning in for this edition of High School Volleyball. Stillwater, they've run into some bumps throughout the season. That is to be expected. As we noted at the start of the year, this is a brand new team compared to a year ago. They're still feeling each other out. They played a lot of top-level competition, including Eagan and Moorhead, and that is one reason for their 5-7 mark. They are coming off a sweep over Forest Lake on Tuesday. The Rangers also graduated a lot of talent. For the Ponies, this will be another opportunity for them to get a little more momentum. They're not going to be the favorite in Section 4-3A this year, but they could pick up some steam and some camaraderie along the way. You still have Maddie Whittington running the ship. She's going to Illinois, as you know, but you've got a lot of new faces that are still understanding the flow of this team, such as Gabrielle Bogle, Lauren Rineker, Sid Schaefer, Ellie Springer moved up to a starting spot. It's been a while since we last covered the Ponies, but hopefully they will continue their push to get back above 500. Irondale, I spoke with their head coach, Tom Rodefeld, and he told me one difference compared to a year ago, the nature of the rivalries. Irondale coming off a 4-set loss to Mounds View. The Knights haven't had a strong contender in volleyball, but that has changed over the last couple of years as they develop a feeder program through their middle school. The Mounds View game, Irondale and Mounds View are district rivals. Tom Rodefeld told me, felt like a boys basketball game on a Friday night. The student section was packed, it was loud, not an environment Irondale is used to. I imagine that will change over time as Irondale gets used to playing the likes of Roseville, Mounds View, and some of the schools that are close to their neck of the woods. They are 9-3, on pace to outperform last year's record, but a team that's dealing with some injuries and a lot of folks who maybe aren't the most talented, but I was told they have a lot of heart, they believe in each other, and that chemistry has gone a long way. We'll see if they can pick up win number 10 tonight. We'll be back to start things off in a moment. You're watching High School Volleyball.
Across the Twin Cities Metro and beyond, TSP Television offers long-lasting digital coverage of your favorite athletes from the preps to the pros. It takes a lot of time and effort to give you this level of coverage. If you want to help out, visit us at patreon.com/TSP Television or paypal.me/TSP Television.
Welcome to Irondale High School. It's our first visit to Irondale as a member of the Suburban East Conference. They moved over from the Northwest Suburban. The school is still going through a renovation project, and as a result, that's why you see the Northwest Suburban Conference banners still up. That will change over time, although Chris Fink did joke that this is a one-year experiment, and if they don't like it, they'll go back to the Northwest Suburban. Folks at Irondale don't take themselves too seriously here, which fits right in with me. If you've followed my coverage over the years, I often make fun of myself. Wouldn't you agree, Bonnie?
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
I have a propensity to make fun of myself.
Well, so does everyone else.
You can't take a joke if you're not in on the joke, folks. As we said at the top, Stillwater at 5-7, Irondale at 9-3. Stillwater, however, has won their last 3 games in a row. They beat Apple Valley and Chaska at the Apple Valley Eagle Invite and are coming off a straight set win over Forest Lake. Next Tuesday, they host Eastridge, a game that will be carried live on Valley Access channels for those watching this in the St. Croix area. Eastridge, a phenomenal team this year. They look like they are the favorites to win the Suburban East. Stillwater won the conference last year. Irondale, not a lot is known about them, at least this season. They are 9-3. They started the season with 5 straight wins. Didn't suffer their first loss until Proctor at the Irondale Invite back on September 7th. They've lost the last 2 games, but Irondale has been competitive. The only straight set loss they suffered was to Proctor. They lost to Cretin-Durham Hall in 5 sets and lost to Mounds View in 4 sets. As we noted at the top of the broadcast, this is an Irondale team that has been building up their ranks. Well, Chris Fink told me whether it's time or financial commitments, not a lot of the Irondale players have a chance to do club, so they've been building it up through the middle school program. And Tom Rodefeld's wife runs that program, and it's proven very successful for the Knights. Here's the starting lineup. For the visiting Ponies, in numerical order, it's Gabrielle Bogle, Meredith Bruning, Lauren Rineker, Maddie Whittington, Ellie Springer, Maddie Olchin, and Sid Schaefer. The Knights will start Josie Rodriguez, Morgan Dufresne, Sophie Richter, Maddie Herzog, Peyton Howie, Taryn Tashney, and Brooklyn Oliver. Stillwater looking for their 4th straight win. They hope to get back above 500. Again, they will be an underdog most likely, although Section 4-3A is up for grabs. And even though this is the first time these 2 teams have met as conference opponents, they are in the same section. So this game does carry some implications. Of course, in a couple of years, a 4th class will be added in volleyball, which will reduce the sections most likely. You have a lot of 12-team groups. And it will be curious to see how that all plays out. Stillwater, historically, they're in sections with 4A high student body schools anyway. So Irondale will serve, and we're underway here in New Brighton. And the Knights starting with a great serve from 13 Peyton Howie, and the Ponies wearing the red kits have to bat a free ball. And Irondale will score the first point off the block. That is Morgan Dufresne. It's youth night and teacher night, and as we said at the start, Irondale, something they'll probably get accustomed to are the larger crowds. Maddie Whittington with the answer. Whittington, the tallest player on the floor at 6'4", picks up the point off the block there. But for the Knights, over the last couple of years, they've been on an upward trajectory. They were 12-17 last year, 10-18 2 years ago, and a 9-3 start this year. Still looking for win number 10. And that point, I believe, will go to Lauren Rineker. Irondale could not corral that. So the Ponies off to a quick 3-1 run to start this game. A little bit of miscommunication on the serve. And here come the Ponies. Down the middle, a kill for Meredith Bruning. And an ace. Ponies on a roll. Lucy Zoller picking up the ace there. Free ball for the Ponies. And Whittington will smack it down for a point. Stillwater on a 6-1 run. As Tom Rodefeld told me, Irondale may have the better record, but Stillwater has played the better competition, and quick timeout as a rogue ball made its way down here. And Rodefeld will call a timeout. So 6-1 Stillwater in the first set. He did tell me in that Mounds View game, Irondale started out flat, did come back to win a set, but again lost in 4 to the Mustangs. Mounds View, maybe one of the dark horses in Section 4-3A. And a reminder, if you'd like to support TSB television programming, there are 2 ways for you to do so: Patreon and PayPal. Patreon.com/TSB television or PayPal.me/TSB television. Check out those sites if you would like to help us continue our mission of long-lasting digital coverage of your favorite athletes from the preps to the pros. And we'd like to thank Valley Access Channels in the St. Croix area and CTV North Suburbs out here in the North Metro for syndicating this game. Rough start for the Knights, brilliant start for the Ponies. Over a pass off the serve receive. Whittington goes off speed and picks up another point for Stillwater. Irondale scored the first point. Stillwater has scored the last 7. And they'll make it 8. Meredith Bruning with the kill. Bruning, one of the many faces getting reps on varsity this year to replace the likes of, well, where do we start? Lucy Zoller adds another ace. If you followed our coverage, as we noted before, Reese Kohler graduated, Brooke Ashenbrenner graduated, Britta Borman, Olivia Walsh, Lexi Olchin. They were all part of that starting rotation a year ago. Maddie Whittington, the only returning member. And Irondale finally ends the run. Brooklyn Oliver, the freshman middle, knocks it down for the point. Stillwater still motoring. Off the serve receive, they can still set it up well. Maddie Whittington scores the point. Setter dump, and that will pay off for the Knights. Peyton Howie, another freshman. As we noted, Irondale shorthanded, 2 players down due to injury. But if you look at how this program has elevated in these last couple of years, even if that start doesn't hold up, as Stillwater picks up another kill, Sid Schaefer scores. You have to imagine the future is bright for Irondale. You've got the middle school program providing a feeder system. And you've got Maddie Whittington rejecting shots for Stillwater. The Ponies, Tom Rodefeld complimented their depth. It may not look that way when you look at their record this year and their performances against high-level teams compared to a year ago, but they have a pedigree. They've won section titles for the last 2 years. And Maddie Whittington, unfortunately, this is not kickball. So that jump ball was won by Brooklyn Oliver, the freshman. She'll rotate out. (12-4) in favor of the Ponies in set 1. Make it 12-5 as Maddie Herzog, the setter, puts down the ace for Irondale. And we've seen this too. With rally scoring, runs are common. It's how you respond to them. And for Irondale, well, maybe they don't get the win against Stillwater, but Maddie Herzog certainly trying her best. Back-to-back aces. That makes for a great opening hand in Texas Hold'em. Herzog can't make it 3 in a row, but she does get a good serve there. But Stillwater will score off the block. I believe that was Sydney DeJarnett. And here comes number 11, Maddie Whittington. So much like Mounds View, Cretin-Durham Hall, you want to get the win, of course, but even if you don't, make Stillwater, that's going to be a hitting error on Irondale. Make Stillwater sweat it out for a set or two. Make them earn it. Hitting error will be charged to Sophie Richter, and that will put the service back to the Ponies. Good serve by Whittington. And unfortunate, that's not DeJarnett's fault by any means. Ball just took a weird bounce, and it happened to benefit Irondale. Nothing you can do there. Not really a miscue or a misplay. Just one of those crazy circumstances. Maddie Whittington paints the line. And that will be a point for the Ponies. They lead 15-7 in set 1. Best of 5, as you know. We don't have any more Stillwater games on our tape delay coverage plan, but we will be bringing you live coverage if you're watching this on Valley Access channels on Tuesday when they host Eastridge. The Raptors with a strong program of their own. That should be a lot of fun. Maddie Whittington smacks down another kill for the Ponies. It's been an up-and-down season for Stillwater as Peyton Howie gets the kill. For Irondale, as we noted, 5 straight wins to start the season. They beat St. Francis, Madi, St. Anthony, Minneapolis Roosevelt, and Fridley. Other wins came against White Bear Lake, Park Center, Coon Rapids, and then once again with White Bear Lake in the regular season conference meeting. Maddie Whittington inflicting damage on the front lines. Stillwater, as you said, up and down. They got swept by Egan, swept by Moorhead, both of those schools in the top 10 this year. Swept by Woodbury, a team that is still undefeated. They got the street set sweep over Roseville. Lost to Lakeville South in 3 sets. So Stillwater, they still have potential, but it's been a higher learning curve than prior years. Peyton Howie scoring the point for the Knights. 2 years ago, you had Kayla Jurdy as Maddie Whittington was recovering from ACL, MCL surgery. Last year, she came back at full strength. Overpass is tapped down by Morgan Dufresne for an Irondale point. 18-10 is our score. You had a senior core. They knew how to play with each other, and they competed against several top caliber teams. They gave Egan a good run in the regular season meeting and in the state semifinal. They beat Shakopee in the quarters. Brooklyn Oliver throws down the block, and don't look now, but the Knights have scored 3 in a row, 18-11. Make it 4 in a row. Peyton Howie picks up the ace there, and Irondale with their first big run of this game. As we said, this is a team. They may not have the most talent, but they have camaraderie. They believe in each other, and they are seeing the benefits. And they're picking up a few more dividends. Morgan Dufresne cashes in that point. And the Knights have scored 5 in a row. As we said, with rally scoring, runs come and go in a hurry. We saw this in Concordia Roseville a couple of weeks ago. And that will be an ace for Peyton Howie. So she's picked up a couple of aces on this run, and Irondale has scored 6 in a row after Stillwater started this set with a 9-1 run. Bob Fisher will hang on to his timeouts for now. Stillwater attacking on the left side. They don't get much, though. Setter dump. It's read by Gabrielle Bogle. Here's Reneker. Setter dump again. Reneker finally gets it to drop on the cross-court shot. And now Maddie Whittington will rotate in alongside Lucy Zoller. Lucy, she picked up a lot of aces and a lot of big plays when she was last at the service spot. And I think there's some confusion over where the ball is. There we go. There's some confusion among which ball they were using. And Lucy Zoller back to her old tricks on the service game. She helped fuel that 9-1 Stillwater run early in the first set. And that time she serves it into the net. That's unfortunate, as the Ponies were hoping to capitalize off of that. So that puts Morgan Dufresne in the service position for the Knights. Whittington, left side. Irondale with the counter, and it works. Taryn Tashney with the point, and as you're seeing, you're trying to get the players to make some kind of move. When you're serving, when you're attacking, you want to get them off balance. You don't want to catch them in the set position. Whittington bats what likely was a free ball, and that teardrop instead is converted into a Stillwater point. She put that in no woman's land. Spatial awareness, no matter the sport, always crucial. Ellie Springer, Stillwater's libero, back to serve. Whittington now throws it down. That's the velocity we're accustomed to seeing. And the Ponies 3 points away from taking set one. Oh! That was a let hit. Now a little bit of chaos. Stillwater settles it down. They go up the middle. Schaefer tried to get the kill. Maddie Whittington alertly denies that setter dump play. I'm not sure you call Oliver a setter, but that happens a lot. And using her height advantage to throw down the point. Overpass. Irondale keeps it on their side, and Brooklyn Oliver finishes the play. 23-17, Stillwater still 2 away from taking the first set. They started set one on a 9-1 run. Irondale scored 6 in a row with Peyton Howie serving. And Irondale has been getting more settled as the game has moved along. They pick up another point. As we said, this Irondale team maybe doesn't have the talent, but as we noted before, this is not the Stillwater team of last year. But you still have a D1 recruit in Whittington, and she's doing a phenomenal job up front, but that time she misfires. And the Irondale student section lets her hear about it. Sophie Richter still serving for the Knights. Stillwater will now have set point after Lauren Reneker went up for the kill from the right side. Olivia Foss will rotate in to serve for set points. Stillwater with 5 to work with. And surprisingly, only one timeout used. Near collision on the serve receive. Here comes Whittington for the finish. You bet. Stillwater, a 9-1 run to start the set. helped fuel them to a set 1 win, although Irondale didn't make it easy. 25-19 is the final score. The Knights did score 6 in a row to make the Ponies sweat a little bit, but they hang on to take set 1. We'll come back for set number 2 in a moment. You're watching high school volleyball.
Across the Twin Cities Metro and beyond, TSP Television offers long-lasting digital coverage of your favorite athletes from the preps to the pros. It takes a lot of time and effort to give you this level of coverage. If you want to help out, visit us at patreon.com/GSP Television or paypal.me/GSP Television.
Mike Peyton all by myself, talking to myself. That's Chaos Theory. Stillwater with a first set victory over Irondale. Unofficially, Maddie Whittington picked up 5 kills. And Lauren Rineker added 3. First set highlights for Irondale include a pair of aces for Maddie Herzog and Peyton Howie. If you just joined us, if you're watching this on CTV or Valley Access channels, Stillwater began the first set on a 9-1 run. Irondale made things interesting. They got on a 6-0 run midway through, but Stillwater was able to hang on and take the first set. As we noted before, this Irondale team has been on the upswing over the last couple of years. And Stillwater, hoping to rebuild their ranks. Next year is going to look really interesting without Maddie Whittington. So we noted all of the newer faces on this team. But they're all getting plenty of experience here. Stillwater serves to start the second set. Gabrielle Bogle serves it out of bounds. So just like the first set, Irondale picks up the first point. And now we'll see Peyton Howie, who has a couple of aces to her credit. Whittington from the back row picks up the let kill. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. Maddie Whittington with the tap down, I believe. And that was set up by another big serve out of Lucy Zoller. She had 2 aces in the first set. She won't pick up her third there as she serves that one out of bounds, and it goes behind our camera op, Amaris. Morgan Dufresne. Deep serve, Whittington from the left side. It's hard to stop that velocity. She has a nasty swing. We've seen that for the last 2 years. It's a swing you will see in action next year in the Big Ten Conference, a group that is ferocious in volleyball. And it got even bigger when Nebraska was added. Good serve by Ellie Springer. The serve receive went out of bounds. And the Ponies have a quick 4-2 advantage. You cannot fool around with Maddie Whittington. Don't bring that weak stuff to her house. She'll send it out. 5-2 Ponies. Another good serve by Springer. Ponies should get a free ball out of this. And they will set up for Rineker on the right side. Well, much like the first set, Stillwater starting the second frame on a big run. Sid Schaefer throws down the rejection. And Tom Rodefeld will call a timeout. Opted to hang on to one of them in the first set. We'll see what he does here. And once again, if you'd like to support TSB Television's mission of long-lasting digital coverage of your favorite athletes from the preps to the pros, check us out at patreon.com/TSB Television or paypal.me/TSB Television. This wouldn't be possible without your support. And some other games on the TSB Television airwaves to look forward to. If you're in the St. Croix Valley, we'll have another Stillwater sporting event on Saturday. We're going on the road as the Stillwater girls pay a visit to Lakeville North. Other games include Cretin-Durham Hall Egan girls soccer, with the top player in the state in Paige Peltier takes on an Egan team looking to regroup. On Monday, we'll be back at Concordia Academy for some more volleyball as the number 5 team in Class 2A hosts Hill Murray. Next week, we'll have more volleyball. On top of that, if things go our way, Woodbury and Eastridge with the Raptors and Royals in an inner-city showdown. Woodbury looking a lot stronger than recent years. And then football on October 4th, so a lot to look forward to. And Maddie Whittington with a lot to look forward to. She is everywhere up front for the Ponies. Irondale gets one back. Sophie Richter with the off-speed hit. Now Richter goes back to serve. A little bit of confusion. Whittington has to wind up. Still a good shot. Overpass. Play at the net is saved by the Ponies. Irondale tries to bat it. Well, they were off guard, and Lauren Redeker goes up and throws it down. Stillwater with an acrobatic save, a heads-up play, and that set up a point by Redeker. That might be the highlight of this match. What a save by the Ponies. And Redeker rewards them with a kill. Whittington with the up. And Taryn Tashney with the denial. Maddie Herzog, she picked up a couple of aces in the first set. She'll add another one here. 3 aces in this one. Whittington, good hit. Irondale, can they save it? No. Maddie Whittington doing what she does best. Desjarnett, one-handed swing, setter dump. Schaefer blocked. And that will be Irondale point. Taryn Tashney got the deflection. They scored that as a kill. Josie Rodriguez, the server, and Irondale the score on that one. And Rodriguez jams Stillwater on the serve there. Irondale has closed within 2. Once again, the Knights refusing to go away. Olchin. That stays in. I better be careful. People are picking up on my commentary here. All right. 11-8. Lob pays off for the Knights. Taryn Tashney will get the point there. 11-9. Irondale started out both sets as Tashney gets one. Maddie Olchin, oh, right off of Rodriguez. Maddie Olchin with the laser. That's her 4th kill. Rodriguez is all right, but I would not want to be in the receiving end of that. Bogle serving for the Ponies. And she got Dufresne to backpedal. Now Stillwater with a chance to attack. Riniker will get it off the deflection. Bogle, good serve, and Irondale will not recover. Stillwater has scored the last 3. And it's enough for Tom Rodefeld to call a timeout. 14-9. Irondale out of timeouts for the remainder of this set. Stillwater still has both of theirs. Irondale got within 2 a couple of times. The Ponies have scored 3 in a row since. They look to make it 4 in a row. And Bogle delivers another fine serve. But Irondale can recover this time. So Meredith Bruning responds by dropping an off-speed lob. Diving up by Rodriguez. Springer responds with an up of her own. And Maddie Olchin drops the kill. Well, I got to be careful with what I say because I'm surrounded by Stillwater and Irondale fans. This puts me in a very precarious position. And that is in. Gabrielle Bogle went cross court on the serve. You don't see that often. That's her first ace of this one. The Ponies have scored 6 in a row, but that streak will end on the service error. But we've seen Irondale make a few runs, and there's still plenty of time for one. And Peyton Howie, she has a couple of serves to her credit, so she could help Irondale come back in a hurry. I believe that went off the net, and it did. So no credit on a block. Maddie Whittington will sub back in once she ties her shoe, and she does. Got to make sure the laces are in. Lucy Zoller, the sophomore. A little bit of uncertainty there on who to send it over. And that plays right into Stillwater's hands. Lauren Rineker drops the point. And again, Irondale out of timeouts. Zoller again. That painted the line from up here. I don't think it could have gone any closer. Zoller barely got the line, at least from our vantage point, but it counts as a point. And Zoller has given Irondale fits in the service game. As the Ponies are up by 10. Much needed point for the Knights. Couldn't quite see who that was, like Richter or Oliver. Rineker, that may have gone into the net, and it did. So Irondale has scored the last couple as they try to get on another rally. We've seen them put together some solid ones. Whittington, her attack is tough to contain. We've seen that for the last 2 years. Tore her ACL, MCL, and meniscus. Service error on Ellie Springer. So Maddie Whittington missed her sophomore season of high school. She missed a whole club season. Was wondering if she would come back the way she did before, and she clearly has. And that will be Irondale point as Rineker hit that one out of bounds. No deflection. And when you consider what everything that Maddie Whittington has endured, especially in her sophomore season, having to miss an entire year, come back and light it up from the middle. Illinois, they're getting a steal, I can tell you that much. As you may know, Maddie Whittington's mother played Division I volleyball there. So a big family connection. In fact, Whittington still has a lot of family in Illinois around Champaign. As the Ponies are 2 away from taking set 2. Hitting error on Sophie Richter, and the Ponies will have a dime's worth of set points. And they won't need any of them. Maddie Whittington taps down the overpass, and she's having a lot of fun out there. 9 kills unofficially. And the Ponies are up 2 sets to none. 25-14 is the set 2 score. Or is it? No, point went to Irondale as Maddie Whittington went over the net. So take that kill away. Free ball for the Ponies. Whittington denied this time. One of the longer rallies we've seen. And Irondale, so far, taking advantage of that extra point they picked up. As you know, you cannot cross the center line under any circumstances, under it or over it. And that has given Irondale a lifeline for the moment. This time Maddie Whittington stays on her end and finally taps it down. That is her 9th kill, or her 10th, I don't know. 9 kills unofficially, and Stillwater does take set 2, a little longer than they expected, but 25-16 was the set 2 score. We'll come back for set number 3 in a moment.
Across the Twin Cities Metro and beyond, TSP Television offers long-lasting digital coverage of your favorite athletes from the preps to the pros. It takes a lot of time and effort to give you this level of coverage. If you want to help out, visit us at patreon.com/GSP Television or paypal.me/GSP Television.
Mike, Peyton, all by myself, talking to myself, and as you might be able to see, I'm surrounded by both Stillwater and Irondale parents and fans. So I don't know how they're reacting to my commentary, but I know Stillwater, they've reacted quite well, playing Irondale for the first time as members of the Suburban East Conference, and the Ponies up 2-0. Maddie Whittington unofficially 9 kills. She has been lighting up the Knights. In our first visit to Irondale. You're never too old for a first. And we are ready to start set number 3. All right, we're going to try to get everyone back in their seats here. Lauren Reneker hits it into the net. I don't have x-ray vision, Mike. No. I'm not Superman. If I get x-ray vision, I'll let you know. All right, we're back to normal right now. That was Isabel Primo who got things going. As we've said, throughout this one, Irondale, they've scored the first point, and then Stillwater goes on a big run. We'll see if the Knights can hang with the Ponies early in this set. Once you get to the middle part, Irondale seems to do all right. Well, Irondale thought it was going out. Instead, it stayed in, and Lucy Zoller picks up her 4th ace. Zoller and Whittington, the 2 players of note. Zoller's given Irondale fits on the service game, and Maddie Whittington has proven to be too much for the Knights. Again, though, a lot of that has to do with the height discrepancy. Out of bounds that goes. (3-2) the score. 4-2 the score. Service error on Morgan Dufresne. Good serve by Springer, and that's going to be a hitting error. Sophie Richter went a split second too early. Irondale playing the setter dump. And Lauren Reneker, she has had an impressive game. Doesn't have as many kills as Whittington unofficially, but Lauren Reneker, she's cleaned up. You may recall in that second set, converted that big save by the Ponies into a point. Another hitting error on Richter. And Springer hits that one into the net. And it bounces back into Stillwater territory, so a service error will be charged to Springer. And that'll put Josie Rodriguez on the service game. Bogle to Schaefer. Stillwater will try again. It's Riniker, and she'll score off the block. Stillwater has yet to use a timeout. And some miscommunication on the part of Irondale. As we said at the start, this Irondale team is hoping to build up their ranks, and there are a lot of positive signs with that middle school program. And next year, they'll be a shiny new addition to the Irondale campus as they continue their expansion project. Sid Schaefer scores for the Ponies. The Stillwater staffers, I should say Irondale staffers, told me, including Chris Fink, that right now everything feels a little smaller with all of the space being taken up for construction, but it'll pay off by fall of next year. And that will be a point for the Knights as Sydney Desjarnett, the junior, made contact with the net. The down judge signaled to the net. But Stillwater makes up for it. Lucy Zoller from the back row scores for the Ponies. Schaefer with the block. Primo fires into the net. (11-5) in favor of the Ponies, who have used big runs early to assert themselves over their new conference opponent in Irondale. Stillwater will score on the block there. And as we said for Irondale, they got a taste of a big-time atmosphere against Mounds View, and I imagine with those two now in the same conference, there will be a lot of big matchups to look forward to. It certainly drew a lot of students out, and I have to imagine next year will be no different when the series comes here. Schaefer serves that into the net. Irondale doesn't necessarily have the size of most of their conference brethren. Cretin-Durham Hall may be the closest comparison, being the one private school in this group. As Irondale serves that out of bounds. But with the exception of football, all across the sports spectrum, the Knights adjusting to their new neighbors. Bogle will get the ace there. I should say, yep, that was Bogle. In a way, Irondale actually moved to a smaller conference. Peyton Howie will get the point there. The Northwest Suburban still has 12 teams. Suburban East went up to 10. One of many stories as Oliver, maybe Dufresne got the block there. One of many stories regarding conference realignment. Concordia Academy, a school we previously covered. They're part of the Skyline now that took some teams from the Tri-Metro and NCAA. St. Michael, Albertville, and Buffalo went to the lake, and that will be a point for Stillwater as the up by Rodriguez went off of the backboard. No one using a timeout so far. So geographically speaking, Irondale does not seem like it would represent the Suburban East, but conferences are weird like that. And in Minnesota high school sports, it's less about conference affiliation, although that does have some sway on the caliber of play you face in the conference part of the season. It's more about positioning yourself in the section. Another point for the Ponies on the hitting error by Dufresne. Irondale, they put up a good fight in sets 1 and 2, and there's still time here. But what you're seeing, is a Stillwater team that, has the pieces. They have the potential. As they pick up another ace there. This one coming from Lucy Zoller. That is her 5th. We'll try to get a word with her, because between Zoller and Whittington, those have been the 2 heavy hitters for Stillwater. So even though the Ponies aren't as strong as a year ago, they have potential to play an upset role in Section 4-3A. Morgan Dufresne scores for the Knights. Irondale, this process has been gradual, but as we said, their record has improved the last couple of years. They were 9-1 earlier this season. They'll drop to 9-4 here, but looking ahead at their schedule as getting the let kill is number 16, Libby Seehusen. But looking ahead at the Knights' schedule, they have a few more opportunities to pick up some wins. As Stillwater scores there. Irondale, they will face Woodbury on Tuesday. That will not be an easy out, not with the season Woodbury has had. Forest Lake, they're in a rebuilding year. Roseville, East Ridge Park, and Cottage Grove. So a couple of opportunities. Irondale scoring there. A rare error. What was... Trying to figure out what the point was. Net violation, that's what it was. Okay. So Irondale on another rally here. And they will extend it. Taryn Tashney, she's made some fine plays tonight for the Knights. So Irondale, they've got a few more opportunities to pick up that 10th win of the year, and they'll keep building on their upward trajectory. And once again, Irondale on a run. Brooklyn Oliver has played impressively. I could see her as a centerpiece for future Irondale teams. Rineker with a one-handed strike. Irondale read it. Schaefer up the middle. Rodriguez with the up. Free ball for the Ponies. Overpass on the up. Irondale staying with it. Another one of those long rallies. Tashney couldn't get the kill there. Rineker fires and finds a hole. I often say winning those points, or winning any point, is helpful, but winning those long rallies can be an emotional boost for the team that scores. Since all that hard work pays off. So, Stillwater closing in on what would be their 6th win of the year. Tashney thought she had a point perhaps, but Zoller with the up. Rodriguez, that almost went off her face. And scoring off the block for the Ponies is number 17, Sophie Hoheisel. Say that 5 times fast. 22-13, both teams holding on to their timeouts. And Olivia Foss serves that into the net. So you look back at this one, maybe you're not surprised that Stillwater has controlled it. But there are some positives to take away from Irondale as well. Maybe they're not quite there yet, but they've been taking some encouraging steps along the way. And for Irondale, at least as far as volleyball is concerned, I would say this is a tougher conference as the Ponies pick up another point there. They're starting to send in some of their reserves. That's Savannah Vincent, because you've got a defending section champion in Stillwater. You've got Eastridge. Forest Lake went to state last year. There's some good teams in the Northwest Suburban as well, Osseo among them. But Irondale, they're getting a taste of how to take that next step. Ponies with match point. And Primo will give it to him. Isabel Primo closes it out, and it's a straight set win for the Ponies. 25-14 in set 3, 25-19, 25-16, and 25-14. Your line score, the Ponies go to 6-7. Irondale falls to 9-4. And for the Ponies, their win streak continues. The win streak continues for the Ponies. They've won 4 in a row. Irondale has now dropped 3 in a row. But again, Irondale, a lot to be proud of as they build their program up, and Stillwater hoping to reach contender status again. We'll try to get a word with a couple of the Stillwater players before we wrap things up. This is high school girls volleyball.
Across the Twin Cities Metro and beyond, TSP Television offers long-lasting digital coverage of your favorite athletes from the preps to the pros. It takes a lot of time and effort to give you this level of coverage. If you want to help out, visit us at patreon.com/GSP Television or paypal.me/GSP Television.
And joining me are Lucy Zoller and Maddie Whittington. Lucy, unofficially 5 aces tonight, and every time you were out there to serve, you really frustrated Irondale. Tell me about your service game and how you performed so well.
Usually I just really focus in on the ball and where I'm serving to and getting it in the window and not giving a lollipop, and I just really focus on the spot I'm giving it to.
This is the first time you faced Irondale as a conference opponent. You've seen them in section play a few times, so nothing new on that front, but what do you make of the first trip out here?
It was good.
Different.
Yeah.
Different for sure. We didn't know what to expect going in, but we just knew that we had to focus on our side, and if we did, then, it'd go our way.
Certainly it did, and Maddie, you made sure of that up front. That swing of yours still tough to stop. And how have you progressed as a senior this season, and how did that show tonight in this straight set win?
Well, spending the whole summer with the team for sure helped. We worked really hard all summer, and it's definitely a whole team effort. We were working really hard, especially losing 8 seniors. That was a lot. But, just taking the experience that we had and working as a team over the summer really helped.
And on that note, as you noted, 8 seniors. You are the only returning starter from last year's team, if I'm correct. And throughout the season, there have been a few more bumps than maybe the last couple of years. So what have you learned in this process, and how do you think that might help you as you try to make a run here in the second half of the season?
We've learned that we need to work hard for every point and work as a team, and we're now just finding our bonding as a team on the court and off the court, and it's really helping us win against teams and just helping us power through those games.
Absolutely what Lucy said. It's a different experience for sure. But we're learning from every game. We're learning that every single point matters and that we have to work our absolute hardest for those points, and we can't let up at all.
Maddie, as I noted, the only returning starter, and I imagine a lot of folks have looked to you for leadership alongside Lucy. So how do you think this season has helped mold you as a leader with a few more games left in the red and black before you trade those colors for orange and blue.
Like I said, a lot of changes this year. Before I was looking to the seniors always. There's always been people ahead of me. So I'm really trying to do what they did, for me the past 4 years. And I'm, using what they taught me and hoping that it's working.
Well, Lucy, is it working?
Yeah, it's working.
I would say so. You want to say hi to anybody?
Hey, Mom.
Hi, Mom and Dad. I think they already left. But also, we had a little student section. They drove all the way out here, so shout out to them.
Yeah, it's not the shortest of commutes out here, but they made the trek, and I imagine we'll see a lot of them on Tuesday when you host Eastridge. So congrats on the win, and looking forward to that Eastridge game. Should be a lot of fun, and we'll see if we can keep this momentum going. 3 straight. We'll see if we can make it 4.
Yep, we're going to try. Thank you. We'll see you there.
Lucy Zoller and Maddie Whittington. That wraps up our coverage here from Irondale High School in New Brighton. For our crew, I'm Mike Peyton. Thank you for watching.